Camera comes to me, I think the first thing I do is put my hands in the pocket.
Do you remember your first camera story? The first time you bought your camera?
It's actually a very long story, to be honest. The first time I bought my camera is 1st of July this month.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another story I would like to tell. That I didn't own a camera for until now, since 2013. I don't know how many years it is. But you don't need a camera to be a photographer. There's enough of cameras out there. You need to know what to do with that camera handed over to you. Back then, when I was young, these are another challenge I used to face back then, because you don't have a camera to do a shoot that you're just called for. So another thing, I'm really proud of myself. I could say that I've made it without owning a camera. And it also shows that you don't need to have something to learn about it. You can also have knowledge about something like that and not own it and still make it.
Of course.
Which is a great message to a lot of people who think that you need a camera to be a photographer. You need the knowledge of the whole business, yes, of how to run the camera for sure. There's tons of videos out there, so I never had it in my hand, but I used to constantly keep updating myself with
the new features.
Videos, what to do, the technical aspects, so many things that go behind it. And
Correct.
I've always had this dream of one day I'll sit with my camera and I'll see the video.
Your first Bollywood photo shoot was with?
So my first Bollywood call was for Vaani, Kapoor.
Okay.
Was back then, way before Ranveer also called. Mohit Rai, the stylist.
Yes.
I knew him, and I mean, he's worked with Rohan many times, and he was familiar with me. So he asked me, why don't you come and shoot a look that I'm giving Vaani. So I was like, yeah, sure man, why not? I went, I shot it.
Your turning point in your career?
I don't know, there's no significant turning point. There are many little points that take you from transitioning from an assistant to a pro. Decisions that you make on the way. Like back then when I made a decision to not waste my whole year and go to Rohan.
Okay.
Then I made the decision of not quitting as an assistant in 1 or 2 years and staying and giving as much as time that was needed. Cut to getting the call for shooting celebrities and staying true to your craft and being humble about it and just taking one day at a time. So I think, I don't think I can frame any turning point as such. You just keep shooting, you keep doing things and you don't realize when a turning point comes. I think that's the right way to say.
But can you say that moment when you decided that I need to just go solo maybe is something that was
okay, yeah, maybe that. That's the moment when I started getting enough work for myself, where I realized and I had to have the talk with Rohan that okay, now this is my calendar for the next 1.5 months and I have so much of work lined up, and it's not only photo shoots, it's like once you do a shoot then you go back for the back end work, which is also so much that people don't see. Where I had to have the talk with him saying that I have to prioritize that now, and then he was really supportive and said, yeah, you do your thing and ask me for any help on the way. I think that was one point where then you can just make that shift from now I'm a little more free and give all the time to myself.
Yes.
And that's a big step, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Because I also believe in you can only move forward when you move your last step to an ahead step, right?
Yes.
You got to take your leg out from somewhere to put it somewhere else.
And get out of that comfort zone. Probably.
Yeah. It could be comfort, it could be discomfort, whatever it is. You're going to move your legs to move ahead.
Yes.
So yeah, that could be. Thanks. Brought it out of me.
A lot of the times you're the one who's putting the camera in front of somebody and you're taking the pictures. What is that pose which is your favorite pose when the camera is facing you?
As soon as the camera comes to me, I think the first thing I do is put my hands in the pocket.
The signature thing.
And kind of cross my leg. Because I like to keep my body a little narrow, rather than move louder with things. So I think just hands in the pocket.
Your last or your latest photo shoot was with a proper photo shoot?
It was an ad shoot I just did for this brand called Line.
Okay.
So the last shoot was an ad shoot for them with Sini, Shetty. She's the Miss India winner, and Vidyut Jamwal.
Oh.
They were really fun. Great energy. Got to shoot two different personalities on the same day.
Of course.
Yeah, that was my last shoot.